Hi again. I'd like to talk a little bit more about WordPress here, and let's do a short example. And what I want to do is I want to clean up the pages. I kind of want the pages to look like this, right, rather than what I had before. And I think what I had before was this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to head into our index.php. And I have this nav tag here, and then it's got a UL inside with the page, with this WP list pages tag, right? So this generates that list of pages. And maybe on the nav tag here, I'll give it a class name. Let's call it page nav, okay? And now I'll save that and switch to my style sheet. And what I want to do is I want to say page nav descendant, right? So that means, anything inside page nav that is a UL is going to get this style. And then also let's say anything inside page nav that is an LI will get this style, okay? So both ULs and LIs inside of page nav will get these rules. And so what I want to do is, since I have the UL and the LIs, and both of those elements have margin and padding, right? The like this spacing here and this spacing for the indent is the margin, right? And then the LIs have some margin or padding. They have margin on the top, and the padding over here is on the UL, right? So so I want to get rid of that, and I also want to remove the dot, right? And these little bullet points there. So let's do that. Let's say first let's get rid of the bullet points. Okay, so list style none, we'll get rid of that. And then we're going to say, margin 0 and padding 0, right? And if you had a reset style sheet, it would have gotten rid of that. I say that if you had a reset style thing so often, I keep thinking like, what, maybe I should get myself a reset style. It might save me some time. But anyway, I'm just doing it this way. So there we go. I got the margin and padding 0. I'm going to save that, refresh my page, and then it's going to not see my style sheet. Oh, there we go. Now everybody's gone. So bullet points are gone. No margin, no padding. Okay, so the next thing is I want these guys to move across horizontally, and there's a couple ways to do that. I like to do it this way, okay, and here's my reasoning. Well, first here's my angle, right? I want to do page nav space A, so all the anchor tags inside page nav are going to have this rule, okay? And so what I like to do is I like to ignore the LI tag and declare that the anchor tags as display block. Okay, so they're block elements, and now they can be boxes. You can give them a height and width. You can give them padding. And I like that better than working with the LI tag. So I just like to ignore the LI tag and then declare the anchor tag as block and just work on the anchor tag. Okay, and then I'm going to give this guy float left like this, and then hopefully that'll line everybody up horizontally, okay? So I'll save that and I'll refresh it here. And there we go. So here's all my page links, and they're all running across horizontally. They obviously need some help here. They're running too close together. They need a little bit of spacing, and then I've still got this title here on the list, right? There's a lot more we can do with this menu, but I'm just kind of doing a couple things here to get it kind of out of the way for now, okay? We're gonna overhaul that whole menu later, okay? So anyway, so I like what I have here, but what I really want to do for now is I want to get rid of this title. And you'll notice when I go to the page here, to the source code, there is no title here that says pages. Like pages doesn't appear anywhere here, and that's because that title right there is generated by WP list pages. So this function generates the title. And if you want, you can say WP list pages, and you can look that up on the WordPress codex here, and it'll show you that this is how you use the function, right? It'll show you WP list pages, and then it takes these arguments, right? And if you don't include the arguments, they get these default values. And here's all the possible arguments you can include. And one of them is the title li. And that's the title. And you can see it says pages. And that's what we're getting. And this double underscore there is the localization function. So they're just localizing this. But this is the text, right? So if you want to change this, we want to change this property of title li, right? Okay, so I think we can do that. Let's go back to our source code, and inside the function here for WP list pages, I'm going to say title li equals, and then you could put anything here, like I could put a, right, and it would show up a right here. Let's give it a try just to prove a point there. Oh yeah, there's my AAAs, right? And I don't want those, right? So I'm going to just leave this blank. It's just going to be title li equals and then nothing, right? And there we go, right? So now the title is gone. And I have a lot of pages here, and it's hard to tell now, but before, remember, there were these nested lists, right? And if I go to my dashboard and I look at the pages here, you'll see that some of the pages, they have this long M dash, and you can that means that this page has a parent, and so when we list them, this will be in the top level list, and then this guy will have a nested UL with another list of items inside it. In this case, it'll have one item, and then news will have these 3 items, and then our staff will have a further nested list. Just as another option here, and like I said, we're going to really overhaul this menu later and make it super customizable. But for right now, there's another option here called depth. And if by default, it's set to 0. And if you set it to 0, it shows any depth of pages. So you get all the sub pages, right? But if you set the depth to 1, then you only get the top level pages. If you set it to 2, you get the 2 top levels. But let's set the depth to 1 right now. And that'll limit like how many pages show on this menu for default, right? So I'm going to add another option here. And to add another option, use the ampersand, followed by the name of the option, equal, and the value. So I'll put ampersand depth equals 1. And then I'll save that, and I'll go back to my page and refresh one more time. And there we go. So now I just have the top level pages, right? Maybe just for fun, I'll give these page links, the anchor tag here, I'll give them a little bit of padding, right? And I'll say, padding of, let's make it, 10 pixels for now, right? And then we'll refresh here. Oh, there we go. And so now I have some space around each one of these guys, and that'll be acceptable for now. Later we'll come back and revisit this. So there you go. There's a quick little fix for the page links there.